Hey, good evening. Hey, pulled up my alto. I don't play this much. Actually, my son Caleb plays in high school band. But this alto sax actually has a neat story. Um, I'll tell you that, and then actually what I'm going to do tonight is I'm playing around with some different mouthpieces. I got 3 different mouthpieces for this sax. One actually came with the saxophone back when I was in grade 11, so that was the end of the school year 1988, so that's a while ago. That's when I got this saxophone. A little bit of a story behind that one. So this is a Jupiter SAS-767. So I think this was their intermediate, or it was a step up from the 500 series to the 700 series. 1988. Actually, pretty new player, I think, at the time. I have to double check that, but yeah, my band teacher, Russ Durr, got this one in when St. John's Music in Calgary came to Elkford with instruments at the end of the year. And we decided to start renting this one. And so we signed up for the rental program. The nice thing that Mr. Durr did, because he's a saxophone player, is he said, don't give him, you need to throw in a better mouthpiece. And so he got them to throw in a Selmer S80 C-Star mouthpiece. And I have, this is the one my son's using. I mean, 1988, with the Rovner light ligature. That he encouraged me to get at the same time. So this has been standard with this horn since 1988. Thank you, Mr. Durr. This is still an amazing mouthpiece, and if you want to get one of these new now, they're expensive. I don't know what they ran for back in 1988, but they're like, I think $300-400 now for these S80 mouthpieces. I was thinking of getting one for my tenor, but I'm like, holy cow, those are expensive. Anyway, the neat story about this one is we started renting it in 1988 at the end of the school year. And then we had a change in band teacher. And he also switched us from one music company to another rental company. And what they did is the companies kind of worked out some sort of deal where they just transferred all the instruments. I don't know exactly how it happened. But anyway, this is back before we had like computers inventorying everything, right? And what happened, funny story, is that the paperwork for our rental got lost. This was like in 1988, this was a $1,500 horn. Okay, so we're renting this, and they lost our rental paperwork, and we didn't get another like rental bill or nothing. We paid for, I think, 3 months or something like that of rental on this, and then it just kind of disappeared. And my mom tried to follow up with the company a number of times over the years, because we're like, hey, we've got this saxophone. Like, what's up? Finally, I can't remember how long it was. A few years later, I mean, she was still trying to get a hold of them to say, hey, like, we owe you for this saxophone. Let us know how much we owe you. The company said, look, all of that paperwork is in boxes in storage. It's going to take us days of somebody going through all these boxes to find that paperwork, if we can find it. We're just going to forget that you ever called us. So basically, we got this for nothing. Anyway, that's the story behind this one. I have had this since then. Had it partially repadded, had it, recorked and, kind of maintained. It was in storage for a while at a friend's place, and a lot of the lacquer, I think it started because I think it was in a crawl space. It didn't do good things for it. This was back in the early 90s when I was going to music school, and I was doing guitar, not saxophone. Anyway, but it's still a great horn. I still love it. And it's been with me for a long time. Now, I showed you the S80 mouthpiece, Selmer C-Star. classic student classical mouthpiece. Well, it's just a great classical mouthpiece, period. But I thought, I've been messing around. I've also got this Otto Link Super Tone Master 7-star. So very wide tip opening on this one. So like on the C star, I need to play at least a strength 3 reed at least. I probably should try 3.5 or even back to a 4 on it. I think in high school I got up to using a 4 on it in concert band, and that was good. Just this last year I also picked up a Meyer 5 because I kind of wanted something, you know, I found I can get altissimo notes on this one pretty easy, but not this. This is a bit of a bear to work. I actually found a lot of guys don't really like the metal Otto Links on alto, but I'm gonna play through a few things on each of these. So I'm gonna start with the C star and do a few things on there. Okay, so this is my Selmer C star with a really old. This is when the thread also went all the way through. So it's kind of scratched off the logo on there, but you can see it's pretty narrow tip opening. If I compare it to the this one, let's see. Yeah, like you can see through that one pretty well. So this is the 7-star Otto Link, and this is the C star. The tip of the reed to the tip of the mouthpiece. Very different. So this is a Van Doren Java 3. And here we go. Had it before. Up to a C there. There's up to a G. Alright, I'm going to switch this reed straight over to the Meyer. Alright, this is the Meyer 5. It's a pretty similar tip opening to the C star. The internal is round though. The C star, you can see it's kind of square on the inside. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, this one's got round chamber, so different style chamber. I'm not using the same ligature on this one because the screws, you can already see I tried it on here, and the screws dig into it immediately, just because the sizing's not quite right. So I'll get a different one for this. So this is just the ligature it came with, but there you go. Same reed. I'm going to throw on the Otto Link. This is a 1.5 Rico, Diodario Rico, 1.5. If I threw the 3 on here, I'd probably blow my nose out or something bad would happen with the 7-star opening. Yeah, getting up to the altissimo, not happening on this reed or mouthpiece yet. Some multiphonic fun, but also controlling even the low B flat on this. I'm playing around going between this and a 2-strength reed, and I need to work that out. But yeah, like I wouldn't use this in concert band. I would definitely go with the C-Star or the Meyer. This I got when I was playing with the jazz band. Actually, I used a Ligature 2 Alto Sax reed when they first came out, and it worked great. Our coffee CD with Quintessential Jazz used this setup with the Ligature reed, but I'm not liking synthetic reeds anymore, so back to straight up wood. Anyway, back to back, Selmer and Meyer here one last time. Just C major scale, 2 octaves. Selmer C-Star. I find the middle D a little stuffy on the C-Star, not as much on the Meyer. But yeah, so alto saxophone and my mouthpiece choices that I have in my arsenal.